In 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio picked up something it had never seen before. A spike, a burst, a 72-second signal coming from deep space, so strong, so precise, that the man monitoring it simply wrote one word in red pen beside the printout. Wow! The signal was never heard again, never repeated, never explained. And that was just the beginning. From unexplained objects in military videos to scientific papers suggesting non-human beings may live among us, 5 signs point to a single, chilling possibility. We are not alone, and we may never have been. Sign 1. They tried to contact us. The WOW. Signal August 15th, 1977. Big Ear Radio Observatory, Ohio. The night was routine. The telescope scanned the sky, sweeping for radio waves. Nothing unusual. Until it found something. A narrowband radio signal at 1420 megahertz, the hydrogen line, came from the direction of the Sagittarius constellation. Hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe, is also the frequency SETI researchers believe an intelligent species might choose to use, knowing we'd be listening. The signal lasted exactly 72 seconds. It spiked in intensity, then faded, like someone whispering across the void. Astronomer Jerry Eman was stunned. He circled the printout and wrote just one word: wow. That one word became a symbol of modern SETI. But what followed was silence. No repetition, no echo, no explanation. The region of sky was scanned again, dozens of times. Nothing. There was no known star system, no planet, no object. Some speculated it was a reflection from Earth. Others said it might be a satellite. None of those theories held up. Even NASA has never offered a conclusive explanation. And that's what makes it so unsettling. Because it wasn't noise. It was specific, structured, almost intentional. If it was a signal from intelligent life, it raises a deeper question. Why only once? Maybe they spoke, once, briefly, to see if we'd answer. Or maybe it was never meant for us at all. And maybe we were just listening in on something we were never supposed to hear. Sign 2. They came closer than we thought. Oumuamua, October 2017. Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii detects something strange moving across the solar system. It wasn't on any chart. It wasn't bound to the sun. It was passing through. Astronomers named it Oumuamua, which means scout or messenger in Hawaiian. It was unlike anything they'd ever seen. Not a comet. There was no tail, no gas. Not an asteroid. It was too fast, too long, and didn't behave naturally. Shaped like a needle, up to 800 meters long. Spinning, but unevenly, like a baton tumbling in slow motion. But the strangest part? As it exited the inner solar system, it began to speed up. No engine, no gravity assist, no visible force. NASA couldn't explain the acceleration. Neither could the European Space Agency. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb published a paper suggesting what many were too cautious to say. This may have been an artificial object, a probe, designed, sent. He was dismissed by many, but not all, because the math lined up. The trajectory was right. The absence of outgassing made no sense. Loeb argued, if we'd seen something like this coming from Earth, accelerating, tumbling, silent, we would assume it was intelligent. So why not now? Some believe it was scanning. Others think it was taking samples, recording data, and then, just like the WOW signal, it vanished. No reply, no return. Just another ghost in the cosmic static. Sign 3. They were caught on camera. The Pentagon's UAP videos. November 2004, off the coast of San Diego, 2 U.S. Navy pilots are running a routine flight when their radar locks onto something hovering. No wings, no engine, no heat signature. Just an object. Tic-tac shaped, moving in ways no aircraft should. They engage. The object reacts, fast. It shifts position, cuts angles, then vanishes from radar. In April 2020, the U.S. Department of Defense released 3 videos of similar encounters captured by military jets. The names Gimbal, Go Fast, FLIR 1. Each shows objects defying physics, accelerating instantly, turning at impossible angles with no visible propulsion. Commander David Fravor, one of the pilots involved, said, "We had never seen anything like it. It responded before we acted. It played with our radar, like it already knew what we were thinking." The Pentagon confirmed. The videos are authentic. The encounters are real. The objects remain unidentified. No one said they were aliens, but no one could rule it out either. And that's what lingers. Not just what was seen, but the sense that this has happened before. If they've already been here and watched us, what's stopping them from doing it again? Sign 4. They never left. The Cryptoterrestrial Hypothesis. In 2023, a study from Harvard University, in collaboration with the Galileo Project, offered a hypothesis unlike anything before. It didn't claim aliens came in flying saucers. It didn't describe green men or glowing ships. Instead, it proposed something colder, stranger. What if they never came from the stars, because they've been here all along? The Cryptoterrestrial Hypothesis suggests a non-human intelligence may already inhabit Earth, not in outer space, but alongside us, hiding in plain sight. Why this idea? Because after decades of military sightings and data collection, UAPs still can't be explained by any known technology, American, Russian, Chinese, or otherwise. If they don't come from above, and they don't act like foreign aircraft, where do they come from? The paper explores a bold possibility, a civilization not our own, but native to Earth, one that exists in geographic overlap, yet avoids detection. Under the ocean, beneath the Earth, in places humans haven't dared to look. Not interstellar, interspecies. Maybe they've learned to hide. Maybe they never needed to travel here. Maybe they watched us evolve from the shadows. And maybe some of them have already walked among us, not through Hollywood-style shape-shifting, but by mimicking, studying, waiting. Maybe they never needed to arrive, because they never left. Sign 5. They are us, visitors from our own future. What if the reason they look humanoid is because they are? Not from the stars, but from our own future. This is the hypothesis of Dr. Michael Masters, a professor of biological anthropology at Montana Tech. According to Masters, many reports of alien beings, tall, pale, hairless, with oversized skulls and large eyes, actually align with possible future evolutionary paths of Homo sapiens. If time travel becomes possible, who better to study than ourselves? The idea, these so-called aliens might be time-traveling anthropologists sent back to observe human history firsthand, to understand their own origin, to prevent something, or to watch it unfold. The theory ties directly into abduction reports, the strange medical procedures, the cold clinical environments, the seeming obsession with human biology and reproduction. Could it be research, sampling, a long-term project we're not meant to remember? And if so, why the secrecy? Why the distance? Maybe we're not ready to know yet. Maybe knowledge of our future changes it. They're not here to invade. They're here to observe, because we are their past, and they are our end. The question that stays: 5 signs, 5 whispers from something beyond us or inside us that raise a single, unavoidable question. If they're already here, what are they waiting for? A signal? A threshold? A mistake? We've spent decades looking up at the stars. Maybe it's time to start looking around, in the ocean, in the forests, in the gaps of memory, in the places logic fails, but instinct whispers, "This doesn't belong." So if you ever feel watched when no one's there, if you pass someone and get the sense something's wrong, but can't explain why, you're not crazy. You might just be catching a glimpse, not of what's out there, but of who's already here. Subscribe so you don't miss our next video. And remember, stay awake, stay curious, stay unpredictable.